Hi, this is Librarian Bob with the Learning Library of Milwaukee, and today I'm going to show you how to find a job on Grow with Google. First thing you're going to do is open up your browser, and then in the address bar, you're going to want to type in grow.google, not www.grow.google or grow.google.com, but grow.google. Next step, whoops, let me get rid of that little, there we are, is you want to click on Get Started. Click on that. Brings you down to this window. Over here, Job Seekers and Students. Click on that. Scroll down, and you're going to find your next job on Google Search. Search now. Click on that. Now, you get these ads at the top, and you can tell they're ads because they're marked as an ad. Scroll through those. What you're looking for is this jobs banner, this blue banner right here. Click on that. And it now took me to this page. And you'll notice it says Oak Grove, Oregon. When using this earlier, I had given Google permission to use my location. And I accepted that just so I don't have to type in more information than I really want to. This is handy. I mean, if you put in your location, you don't have to play around with it. Over here, I'm going to sign into my email, and specifically my Gmail. Any job you search for, it's going to require an email. Many of them will require a contact phone as well. So if you don't have an email, get one, and you can get one free from Google, from Yahoo, from Hotmail/Outlook. So I'm going to type in my email, put in my password, which I'm not going to show to the rest of you. Sorry. And there I am. You'll notice up here, upper right hand corner, it says R for me. And now if I start clicking on these little bookmarks right here, they're saving them for me. And they're saving them right here in this tab. You'll see saved 3. If I'm not interested in anymore as I look at them, I can simply unsave them by clicking on that. So back to jobs. Address bar, we're going to get to in just a minute. You'll notice up here there are various ways to limit your search. Category, title, new to you, location, date posted, type, company type, and employer. And again, we're going to go through those two. Those are very important and will save you a lot of time of sifting through jobs that you really don't want. So over here, now I showed you the bookmark already. This is the title of the job. This is the employer, cr.england. It's in Oak Grove, and it's the Snagajob. And Snagajob is a job staffing platform, and there's a lot of them. Some are better than others. Some are very confusing. You go into them, and it looks like you're going to start, the application process, but instead what it is you're downloading a Adobe PDF reader type setup. So as you're going through these, be very careful and make sure you know that you're clicking on the right thing, and you will save yourself some misery. Below the Snagajob, this job was posted 4 hours ago, so you know it's new. And then it's a full-time job. Over in this window, again, you can save your search right there if you want to. This is, you can share it if you want to, and I push the share button and nothing's happening. Oh well. Usually that means you can send it via email, you can send it via Twitter to someone. In this case, nothing happened. I'm probably lucky that it didn't. And again, I just saved this job. A job description, some information about the job, and then some links, some reviews of CR England at Indeed, at Glassdoor, at Career Bliss, and even CR England's own website. So if you have time, you can play around with those, see where it takes you, see if there's anything interesting pops up that you might also want to apply for. So let's go back now and kind of dial down into how this works. jobs near me, Oak Grove, Oregon, but let's say I'm going to be moving in a couple months. So I'm going to clear that right here with that little X. I'm going to type in Phoenix, Arizona, because that's where I'm going to move. Not really. Don't get your hopes up. And then it's going to start showing me jobs in Phoenix, Arizona. Really handy if you know you're going to move and you want to start that job search process right now. But I'm going to X out and just put jobs near me. It's going to take me back to my result list. Now, next, category. When you take the mouse off, you'll notice there's just one line of category. If you mouse over category, you'll see there's a whole bunch of other choices. And so you can start selecting what kind of jobs you want. Let's say I want to do sales and retail and customer service and human resources. This is going to limit the jobs in this left-hand part of the screen to those kind of jobs right there. If I decide, no, I don't want human resources, I'm not interested in customer service or sales and retail, I can check them. So it's on, off, on, off. I could do that about a dozen more times, but it's going to be even more boring. You notice each time I click, so I'm just shows transportation and logistics, I got a 1 here. That's showing me how many various categories I have clicked on all of these various search limiters up on top. Administration and office, now I've got a limit of 2. So it's just letting me know that I've put limits on the search for a job. Now let's see what else. Okay, so let's say I want jobs in social services and nonprofit. That sounds pretty cool. Next is title. You can select within that category you just selected, social services and nonprofit. These are job titles related to that. So if you want to be a chaplain, if you want to be an assistant, if you want to be a developmental specialist or a psychologist, again, you can just start selecting those categories. The new to you I've looked at, but I guess you can, if it's putting in cookies and it knows what your searches are, you can click haven't seen yet, so that you're not looking at jobs you've already looked at maybe yesterday or the day before. Location. This is, I think, a really helpful one. I'm willing to go 30 miles within my current location to work at a job. I can even select cities or towns that I'm more interested in within that 30-mile radius. So if I just wanted Wilsonville and Bridalveil and Aurora, Oregon, I could select those. Date posted. I think this is also another one of the most useful functions on this website because I can pick past 3 days or past week, and I'm going to get jobs that are relatively fresh. If it's like they're more than a month old, there stands a good chance they're filled. So I usually pick a time like this one, 3 days. So let's do 3 days ago, because I want to make sure I have a chance of putting in an application and getting that job. Then we go to type. Full-time, part-time, contractor, internship. I'm interested only in full-time jobs. Company type. And this is related again to my category back here of social services and nonprofits. So healthcare, education, retail, information, construction, consulting, finance, and staffing. I don't care. I'm good with all those. And then finally here, employers. This will list employers that are also limited to the social work and nonprofit category I checked. So Lifeline Connections, Advanced Recovery Systems, Universal Health Services, etc. I'm not that picky, so I'm just going to let it go. So looking down here, let's take a look. On-call mental health associates for Wilsonville. I might be interested in that. So I go here, and then I have these various other choices of where I'm going to go. Now I usually pick the one that is related to the one that they have listed. It says VA Hyatt Jobs, so I'm going to click on Hyatt Jobs. If there is a company website, I would use that one first. just because usually that takes you directly to the application instead of having to kind of go through the middleman here. So I'm going to apply on Hyatt Jobs, and there we have it. Gives you more information. I can click apply now, and there we are. I just got taken to the Oregon.gov employment department. So a lot of these companies, the staffing platforms, don't necessarily have the application. They have a link to the application, and from here on through, I can start applying for the job. I'm not going to go through this. It can be, if you've applied for jobs, it can be a kind of a long process. Just be sure to have your all your information handy. It's easier when you're applying to know your past work history, your education, instead of having to root around looking for it. But that's probably information you already or advice you were probably already aware of. So that's it pretty much for the job searching on Grow with Google. Let me put up my contact information just in case you should have some questions. So my email, my name, Langston, my email, and my phone number. And okay, let's actually, I'm going to increase the size of that so you can see it a little bit better. And let's move that over here. Increase the. Let's see if we can make the box a little bit better. Oh, evidently not. That's too bad. Let's go back down and make it a little bit smaller so that it fits inside. There we go. And then we're going to change the font color just so it's a little bit. So I'm going to leave that here for just a minute or two. Feel free to write it down and then contact me if you need some help. And hopefully I can give you some help over the phone. I can look at the same website, or I can look at the same thing you're looking at and hopefully resolve any problems you might be having. I'm not going to guarantee that, but I'll give it my best shot. So go ahead and write that down, and then good luck. Happy job hunting.